Hey guys, it's me, Colleen, with Moonstone Salts and Spiritual. I wanted to just pop in on Instagram Live again and check in and see how everybody's doing and just offer a little bit of support to anybody that might need it right now, and, some guidance. So feel free to ask me any questions while I'm on right now, and I'll post this video on YouTube after as well. So if you missed this live broadcast, you can check it out again. I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about what's going on in the world. So we're all pretty much in the same boat, but the thing is that a lot of people are really stuck in that fear mentality, and it's really important to try to break free out of that. So there's people stuck in the fear mentality, and then there's some people that are not, and wherever you're at is okay. So just honor where you're at, but try not to let the fear control you and bring you down. A lot of people were really freaked out today where I live because our city declared a state of emergency and blah blah blah. And, not that I'm taking that lightly or anything, but, a lot of people are just staying inside and not going out. And, doing that, you miss out on a lot of opportunities for connecting with other people. So, this downtime is actually a gift in a way for us, because it's allowing us time to reconnect with parts of ourselves that, we just didn't have time for before. Like a lot of people get caught up in the hecticness of the day, with their activities. They're rushing to go to work, trying to put their makeup on, get a workout in, getting groceries, cleaning up the house, picking up the kids, all that kind of stuff. So this is really a good time to slow down, and it's actually forcing us to slow down and kind of reassess things for ourselves, and sort of just think about things a little bit deeper, and reconnection. So it's really important right now to connect, and I know they're telling us not to do that, and it's really important that we stay united right now instead of disconnected and separated. So we're actually stronger united, and definitely go to people for support if you need that, if you're feeling anxious. And I'll bet you'll find that there's a lot of people willing to help out and give support right now. All right, so try to filter out the irrational fears that the media might be creating, and definitely limit yourself to exposing yourself to the media right now, if that's what you need to calm your anxiety. Use this time wisely to work on yourself, spend time with loved ones, work on a project, work on a creative project, get some fresh air outside. Just reconnect with parts of yourself that have, become hidden over time. I just really feel like this is sort of like Mercury retrograde happening in a different way. And just know that this will pass, okay? Like, we're going to get through this together, and, just have faith that it'll be okay. So I think now is the time to just wake up and see things, like see the truth of things. So yesterday I pulled some tarot cards, and I never pull tarot cards for myself. I read tarot for other people, but I rarely read for myself. And I pulled the High Priestess card and the Moon Tarot card. So those two together reveal that there's a secret that's hidden, that's about to be revealed to us. And the thing about the High Priestess is she will reveal it to us when she's ready. So the High Priestess really speaks about our subconscious minds as well. So when you're ready to hear the message, or when you're ready to receive it, is when it will come for you. And, I almost wonder if there's going to be maybe like a global message for us as a human race. Who knows? But, I don't feel like it's going to be a bad thing. It's just, I think there might just be a change. That's all. And, we go through changes all through life. So, if we can go through other changes, we can go through this one too. So it's really important to just, do what you think is right and stand up, right? If you're not okay with this lockdown, or if you're not okay with being isolated, then don't be isolated. Go out, get some fresh air. You don't have to be stuck inside if you don't want to. So anyway, that's what I have to say about that. And, just having the abundance mindset. So, as you guys already know, there's a lot of people panicking and rushing to Costco and Walmart or whatever and just stocking up. And, I kind of understand why they're doing it, but they have a scarcity mindset, like there's not going to be enough for everybody, and they're hoarding things. So, what do you do? I just think that there's other people that might need stuff too. Like, the people that are hoarding it, I hope they're willing to kind of share what they have if people need it, right? So, have an abundance mindset that there's going to be enough for everybody, okay? And hoarding stuff is not having an abundance mindset. It's actually the opposite of that. So, just consider that as you go forth in the next few days. And maybe if you have some extra stuff, just talking about that connection again, reaching out to a neighbor or, family member or friend or somebody close to you and just asking them if they need something. If you have plenty to give, then now is the time to do that. And that's also creating some really good karmic energy for yourself as well. So, it all counts at the end of the day, like good deeds, all right? Because it always comes back to you. Everything's energy. And, what you put out, you get back, all right? And that's the same thing goes with the scarcity mindset. If you have a scarcity mindset, you're going to keep attracting more of that kind of energy into your space and into your energetic field, all right? Okay, I think that's all I have to say about that. I'm going to do a really quick reading for us here as well. So I'll just pull a couple of the oracle cards. I wrote these oracle cards myself, and they're sort of just like affirmation cards. So like anybody can use them, even if you are not a psychic person. That is the fun thing about them, is they're just so versatile. And I'm just gonna ask Spirit, what message do you have for us as a community right now as we go through these challenges? So one card already came out, so I just put it aside there. I think that one wants to come out too. So I'll just stick with these two for now and keep it short and sweet. Oh, this one came first. Okay, so this is your inner child. Your inner child. So the inner child, I feel like this has to do with what I was talking about earlier, about now is a chance to kind of reconnect with something hidden in yourself and a shadow side. So if you're wondering how that connects to your inner child, a lot of us carry around trauma and experiences, whether good or bad, from childhood and into adult life, and it affects us low-key, day to day. It influences the decisions that we make in life and the partnerships that we choose to keep and all the things, right? How we feel about ourselves. So now's a really good time to dive into that a little bit and do some self-discovery, because there's time. There's downtime right now, so just utilize it as best as you can. I know a lot of people would much rather just stick with just the pain that they feel long term. They would just deal with the trauma instead of digging a little bit deeper and going through an uncomfortable phase, even if it's a short phase. They'd rather just keep living their problems day to day than to dive deeper and feel a little bit uncomfortable to resolve them. So think of it like this. It's like short-term pain for a long-term gain. That's how I always describe that. And yeah, it does hurt, and it can unearth a lot of stuff. And you know, sometimes that can energetically change things up in your life, and you know, all because you just started digging deeper and wanting to heal some hidden aspects of your childhood that are no longer serving you. So, and people don't want to go through that. They're comfortable and they just want things to stay the same. But the thing about that is, you know, if the universe keeps pushing you to change and you're not getting the message, so it's giving you a chance. It always gives you a chance to change things. But if you're not hearing the clues, if you're not seeing the clues, feeling them, or acknowledging them, that's when shit just hits the fan and change happens and you don't get a say. It's saying like, you know what, I gave you all this time, I gave you all these chances to make the change, and you just didn't. So now we're gonna like really shake things up for you. And you know, I've had that happen to me so many times, and everybody's had that happen to them, right? So definitely, yeah, just the message that I'm getting to share is to, you know, if you're getting like a repetitive message to change something about yourself, and healing things from your past, things from your childhood, then do that. Or even to just look at your childhood, you know, and kind of go back to some of those memories and understand how they might be playing out in your life right now, or how they affected you, how they're affecting you right now, even. Because there's always an energetic link, especially if you have chronic pain. I find that that's a big one. It's, you know, and then once people can energetically let go of that negative experience they had as a child that is still kind of playing out in their life under the surface, then everything changes and they go through like a really short, uncomfortable moment, upset moment. They might cry a little bit, and then all of a sudden everything gets better. So just, you know, consider that, and maybe now's the time for you to work on that kind of stuff. And yeah, so it's, you know, one of the things here, it says seek a professional to help you work through old childhood traumas. So you don't have to do it alone. You know, see somebody, get a life coach, a counselor, a psychologist, you know, see somebody if you feel like you can't work through it alone. All right. Journaling is a really good way as well. I just wanted to throw that in there. Okay, so the next card is do what you love. So yeah, now's a really good time to do what you love if you've got the time. And, you know, instead of binge watching on Netflix, unless that is actually what you truly love to do, but get outside, do something, get some fresh air. You know, paint something, create something, do what makes you feel good. And I feel like somebody who might be watching this video at some point might need to hear that whatever you are working on right now, if it's not what you love to do, then to go in another direction with it, or change something up about it because it's not speaking to you. And, you know, if you're putting your energy into something and you're not getting any benefit out of it, then chances are it's not going to truly help other people either. So whatever you do, just make sure that you're putting your all into it, and make sure that it's something you enjoy doing. If you can help it, that is. I know that, you know, if you're working, there's, you know, you can't love every single task that you do, right? So that's not what I'm saying, but like if you're creating something and it's meant to help others, just make sure that you're enjoying the process as well as it happens. Okay, yeah, and one of the things here that I want to share, it says, if you're feeling lost or uncertain, go with the path or decision that brings you the most joy. So this could also be about decision making as well. If you feel like you could go this way or you could go that way, if you're at a fork in the road, yeah, just going with the decision that makes you feel the happiest, even if it doesn't really make sense, or you think, well, that's not logical, even though it makes me feel good or happy, then, you know, maybe you should think about going that way instead of the other way. And just listen to your intuition. All right, so I usually read the bottom card as well, just to, because I find it holds some value. So it says doing your best. And, you know, at the beginning of this session, I said that, you know, whatever you're feeling right now, just accept it. It's okay. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to feel a little bit panicked. It's okay to feel not that way either. So just honor where you're at and know that, you know, you're doing the best that you can every day. And I've seen a couple posts on Instagram in the last few days just from spiritual accounts, and they're, you know, I've seen them talk about the 3D world, the 4D world, and the 5D world. So sometimes, and I don't know if it's intended to be this way, but there's almost like a little bit of spiritual shaming that tends to go on, kind of like the ego saying, well, I am the one that's so elevated spiritually, and all these other like folk over there are just like, they're not getting it. So I'm the one that's ascending and nobody else is. I mean, like I say, I don't know if that's their intention or not, but I don't really appreciate that, because I think, you know what, not everybody's gonna be at that level. You know, some people just, they're just not open-minded, and maybe they never will be, and that's okay. That's their path. And then, you know, some people are a little bit more open-minded than others, and then some are very open-minded. And this idea of like where you're supposed to be at like the 5th dimension, and if you're in any other dimension, then it's wrong or it's bad or you're gonna suffer or whatever. I don't know. I just kind of want to throw all that out the window, because it's a lot of pressure on people. And I think that if you can just accept where you're at and understand it, then somehow you will spiritually evolve on your own. And it takes people time. I mean, people spend a whole lifetime on a spiritual journey. That's what it's all about. So, you know, don't read these things and think, oh, I'm supposed to be here, but I'm not. And, or, oh, I don't resonate with any of these things on the list of people that are in the 5th dimension, you know, living in the 5th dimension or whatever, blah, 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 and then feeling bad about yourself or like you're behind or something. Just, you know, I think that buying into all of that right now is just feeding into all the fear and panic that's being created. So, you know, just watch out for stuff like that, and don't, you know, try not to let it affect you. Just know that you're on your own journey, you're on your own path. And even if you're taking the time to watch videos like this, then that shows that you're willing to evolve as a spiritual being. And, you know, that says a lot. So give yourself a little bit credit for doing that, like a little pat on the back. I'll give you a little pat on the back for you. Okay, let's see, what else? And if you're feeling anxious, the first thing that it says here is do what you can today, even if it's something small. So if you're terrified to go out, or you know, whatever, you just having a day like that, just do what you can. Even if it's like, okay, you got out of bed today. Oh, okay, you made it to the shower. Seriously, like these are really small things that, you know, people who have really bad depression and anxiety, like sometimes they can't even get that far. You know, the anxiety can be so crippling. And I mean, I get it. I get it. I've been there. So, you know, just do what you can is the message, and just do your best. That's all you can do. All right. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and please show me some love if you like this video. I have this deck of oracle cards on sale right now at my store, so definitely take advantage of that if you're looking to get a deck for yourself that's easy to use, and maybe you're a beginner, maybe you're not a beginner, but they're good for everybody. They're called the Whispers from Within Oracle, and they're at my store. I'll leave the link in the bio, but it's www.moonstonesalts.com. And I will see you guys again in the next video. Wishing you lots of love, light, and blessings, and you know, I believe in you. I know that you're going to get through this. All right, take care, guys.